Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff and Iga Swiatek complete a rare feat in 2025. With the 2025 Wimbledon Championships sadly behind us, it is interesting to look at an unusual trend that happened this year pertaining to Coco Gauff and Iga Swiatek. While some tennis fans do not pay attention to the juniors action at Grand Slams, Gauff and Swiatek are successful players who also performed well in juniors. The year 2018 keeps coming up in these discussions because Gauff and Swiatek won junior Grand Slams that year. Gauff won the French Open and Swiatek won Wimbledon. Fast forward 7 years, and the duo did it again at the WTA level. This is an interesting and tremendous accomplishment that made me wonder who won the US Open Girls Juniors in 2018. She is a familiar name who played extremely well at the Berlin Open this year. Xin Wang, currently world number 40, who lost to Marketa Vondrousova in the Berlin Open final, was the 2018 US Open Girls singles champion. Though it does not fit the pattern from 2018 to 2025, the 2017 US Open Girls champion was Amanda Anisimova, after Anisimova's heartbreaking loss in the 2025 Wimbledon final. Could she be poised for a championship run in New York? Coco Gauff and Iga Swiatek are not the only ones to accomplish this. It is odd that Gauff and Swiatek did it in the same years, 2018 and 2015. But other Grand Slam champion men and women have won the same tournament in juniors and at the professional level. Jennifer Capriati, Lindsay Davenport, and Andy Roddick are the other Americans, in addition to Gauff, who have done it. Other tennis legends on the rather short list include Stefan Edberg, Ivan Lendl, and Mats Wilander on the ATP side, and Justine Henin, Martina Hingis, and Ash Barty on the WTA side. The tennis world has always celebrated rivalries: Federer versus Nadal, Serena versus Sharapova, Everett versus Navratilova. But in 2025, the WTA Tour found itself basking in the glow of a fresh, electrifying duel. Coco Gauff versus Iga Swiatek. Young, determined, and fiercely gifted, the two women had become the new emblems of tennis excellence. And in a historic turn of events, they completed a rare double feat this season that stunned the world, each winning both a Grand Slam singles title and a Grand Slam doubles title in the same calendar year. It hadn't been done in decades. It wasn't just dominance, it was a statement. A statement that women's tennis was not just alive, it was on fire. Chapter 1, a new era begins. When the season began in January, few could have predicted just how momentous 2025 would be. Iga Swiatek, already a multi-time Grand Slam champion and former world number 1, had battled through a turbulent 2024, finding herself challenged by younger rivals, an evolving tour, and whispers that her dominance was fading. On the other hand, Coco Gauff had cemented herself as a crowd favorite, fresh off her 2023 US Open victory and a consistently rising trajectory. Yet, questions loomed. Could she maintain the pressure? Could she lead the tour from the front? Then came the Australian Open 2025, where fate gave us a preview. Swiatek defeated Aryna Sabalenka in the semis, while Gauff edged past Elena Rybakina in a marathon three-setter. The final, a modern classic, Iga versus Coco. Australia's sun blazing above Rod Laver Arena. The match went the distance, 3 hours and 41 minutes of breathtaking rallies, impossible retrievals, and mental warfare. Ultimately, Iga triumphed 6-4, 5-7, 7-6, 8, lifting her first slam in 18 months. But what shocked fans wasn't just her win in singles. It was her unlikely doubles title with Ons Jabeur, clinched a day earlier. That meant Swiatek left Melbourne with both titles. She was the first since Serena Williams in 2009 to do so. Chapter 2. Coco strikes back in Paris. As the tour moved to clay, Iga, the queen of Roland Garros, was the overwhelming favorite. But this time, the story took a twist. Coco Gauff, who had reached the French Open final once before in 2022 only to be dismantled by Swiatek, returned with vengeance, maturity, and perhaps most importantly, belief. In the final, it was a reversal of 2022. Gauff kept her composure, absorbed Iga's angles, and unleashed her powerful forehand to remarkable effect. She won 4-6, 7-5, 6-3, becoming the first American woman since Serena to win the French Open. But like IGA in Melbourne, Gauff had already made history earlier that week by winning the women's doubles title with longtime partner Jessica Pegula. Their chemistry was flawless, their tactics sharp. 2 slams into the year, and both IGA and Coco had achieved the unthinkable, a Grand Slam singles and doubles title in the same tournament. Chapter 3. Wimbledon Whispers and Grass Court Mastery. At Wimbledon, the tennis universe was ablaze with one question. Could they do it again? IGA had never been comfortable on grass. Her baseline-centric game struggled with the lower bounce and faster pace. Yet in 2025, she transformed her weaknesses into weapons, thanks to a refined serve and volley routine and agile net play. Coco, however, was the crowd darling. Her serve clicked, her movement dazzled, and her court coverage on grass was Federer-esque. Both women made the semifinals, but this time, it was Marketa Vondrousova who spoiled the party, eliminating IGA. Coco powered through the final to lift her second slam of the year. While she didn't take home the doubles title this time, losing in the final, Coco's consistency in both formats turned her into the first woman since Martina Navratilova in 1987 to reach 3 consecutive slam finals in both singles and doubles. Chapter 4. New York City. 1 court, 2 queens. The U.S. Open 2025 had all the elements of a blockbuster. The narrative was poetic. Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff had both won 1 Grand Slam singles and 1 doubles each. They had traded momentum all year. New York was going to decide not just the year-end #1 ranking, but who could complete the full-circle legacy, winning 2 Grand Slam singles and doubles titles in the same season. Destiny delivered. IGA, after teaming up with Barbara Krejcikova, won the doubles final in straight sets. A day later, she booked her place in the singles final after a nerve-wracking battle against Sabalenka. Coco, with Pegula once again, had already secured the doubles title, their second of the year, making Gauff a 2-time slam doubles winner in 2025. The singles final now became a career-defining showdown. Saturday night, Arthur Ashe Stadium, the biggest court in the world, packed, electrified. Billie Jean King, Serena Williams, Venus, and even Roger Federer watched from the stands. Coco versus IGA. The match began with nerves, but quickly exploded into a firestorm of shot-making. Gauff's forehand was scorching, her foot speed unmatched. IGA's angles, precision, and ice-cold mentality balanced the equation. 3 sets, countless twists, breaks, re-breaks. One final rally ended with a Gauff backhand winner down the line, and Coco collapsed in tears. Coco Gauff, U.S. Open 2025 champion. Her second slam of the season. Like IGA, she had now won 2 singles and 2 doubles titles in the same calendar year. Chapter 5. A feat for the ages. In the 21st century, tennis had evolved to favor specialization. Very few players competed seriously in both singles and doubles. Fewer still excelled in both. That's what made 2025 legendary. Iga Swiatek, winner of the Australian Open, singles and doubles, U.S. Open doubles. Coco Gauff, winner of the French Open, singles and doubles, U.S. Open, singles and doubles. They became the first 2 players in history to each complete a dual slam year, 2 singles and 2 doubles Grand Slams, in the same season. Even Serena hadn't done that. What made the achievement sweeter was their respect for each other. In the U.S. Open trophy ceremony, Coco said, "It's been an honor battling with IGA this year. She pushes me to be better. Without her, I don't reach this level." IGA smiled and returned, "When I see Coco on the other side of the net, I know I have to play perfect tennis. That's how greatness works. We create it in each other." Epilogue, legacy in motion. As the WTA finals approached in Shenzhen, both women had already secured their places. Their rivalry was no longer about dominance. It was about mutual excellence. Sharapova and Serena inspired millions, but IGA and Coco were leading a new generation. They were not just singles champions, not just doubles aces. They were the rarest of all things in modern tennis, complete players. In an age of fragments, They were a reminder of tennis in its fullest expression: art, power, partnership, and rivalry. And their rare feat in 2025. It didn't just make history. It rewrote what greatness could look like in women's tennis.